All right, today we're looking at Sudoku, and so the rules of Sudoku are fairly simple. Every single row, we have a row here, 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 and so on. All 9 of them need the numbers 1 through 9, and then all of the columns, when I talk about a column, 1, 2, 3, need the numbers 1 through 9, and then every box that we have, group of 9, you can see it's a little bit darker in the outline, also needs the numbers 1 through 9. Exactly one time, you can't duplicate, and the puzzle itself must be unique. So there's only one solution to this puzzle. So if you've never played before, some things that you would look for is numbers that happen often, or numbers that kind of like take up 2 rows, leaving only one possible row out of a set of 3 left. So for instance, if we look at these last 3 columns here, we'll notice that we have a 2 here and a 2 here, which means that we need a 2 in this row, right? The last row. Now, it can't be in the top set of 9 boxes. It can't be in the bottom set of 9 boxes because they already have their 2. It can't be in the first or second row, so it has to be here. Now, the next thing we might look at is the 4s. So similarly, we have in the second set here, coming across, we have a 4 in this row and a 4 in this row, which means 4s can't go here, 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 or here. We also have a 4 in the middle column here, so it can't go there. So there's only one spot left for it to go, and that is right here. Now if we come to the top box up here, we have the same up here. We have the same thing, right? We have a 4 here, 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 and we have a 4 in this column, meaning the only place a 4 can go is under our 6. Now if we come also then to, we only have 2 4s left to place in the puzzle. So these bottom 2 large boxes still need 4s. And so if we come down to them, we would notice that we cannot put a 4 in this row, or this column, or this column, because of the 4s that are already in the puzzle, meaning that we know that the 4 must go here. Similarly, in our last set of boxes, the 4 would have to go here. So we are completely done with 4s in this puzzle. So next we would continue to look for things like that. So where does a number have to go because it can't go somewhere else? And so we might look at like 8s in these bottom 2 sets of boxes, or the big boxes. All right, we have an 8 in this row, we have an 8 in this row, but we need an 8 in this bottom box, so the 8 has to go here. Now you'll notice in that row, or in that column, there's only 2 boxes left, right? So what 2 numbers do I have left to place? I have a 1, 2, I need a 3, and I need a 5, right? So this time, not super, oh, sorry. So since I need a 3 or a 5 in either of these 2 boxes, is there one that can't go in either of the boxes? And the answer is yes. A 5 cannot go here. Why can't a 5 go here? There's already a 5 in this set of boxes, so the 3 must go there. The 3 has to go here. And that means that the 5, since it wasn't there, has to be down here. Now what numbers do we have left in this bottom box with 3 things left? Well, we have a 6. Well, the 6 can't go in the bottom row, so it has to go here. I need a 9. It can't go in the first column because there's a 9 up in that top set of boxes. And then I need a 3. In the top set of boxes, again, we have 3 boxes left. One of those numbers has to be an 8, but it can't be in the top row, so it must go here. One of them must be a 1, and one must be a 7. The 7 can't go in the first of those rows here, because there's a 7 in that row already, so that must be the 1, and the 7 must go here. Now if we come down and work on those last 5 boxes in that middle set in the last 3 columns, we can probably recognize that, well, we can't put a 6 in that middle of the rows or that bottom of the set of columns, so 6 can't go here, and a 6 can't go in this column. So the only spot left for the 6 is here, and then we have one number remaining, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we need an 8, so the 8 must go here. Then in our last set of 3 there, we need the numbers 3, 5, and 1. And there's kind of 2 different ways you could look at this. One would be that a 3 can't go in the top box or the middle box because there are 3s in those rows already, so the 3 has to go in the bottom box. Or, since we need a 1, 3, and 5, and that middle box can't be a 3 or a 5, it must be a 1, which I like as well. So this has to be a 1 because it can't be a 3 or 5 because that row has a 3 and 5 already. That leaves the bottom box to be the 3, again because it can't be in the top box, and the 5 must go in the top. And we continue on with this as much as we can. In the very middle of the puzzle, you should be able to place the number that goes there. So since in that middle set there's 8s in the first and third row, the 8 must go there. Similarly, in that top set of boxes, we should be able to place our 6. There's a 6 in the first column, second column, and second row. There needs to be a 6 next to the 9. In this bottom set down here, we should also be able to place a 6. There's 6s in the bottom 2 rows, means the 6 has to go here. We can also place our 2. It can't go in the middle row because there's a 2 in the far boxes. So 2 has to come down here. We need a 3, which can't go in the first column, so it must go here. And we need a 7. 7 has to go here. In the bottom row, we only have one number left. It's a 7. And let's see if we can keep working from there. In this middle set, we only have 3 numbers left. That's a 7, which can't go in the first or second column, so it must go here. Seven. We need a 6, which can't go in the first row, and we need a 9, which must go in the first row. Then we still need an 8. It can't go in the bottom of those rows or the last column, so it must go here. We need a 5, which looks like we can't place. We need a 2, which can't go in the last column. And we need, let's see, 1 and 5, right? So the 5 can't go up here, so it has to be the 1. So the 5 must come down here. We need a 1 and an 8 in our first column. So we have a 1 and an 8 because the 1 couldn't go there. We need a 3, which can't go in the middle column. And we need a 5, which can't go in the middle row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need a 9. The only number remaining in that top row is 9. All right, a 9 can't go in the top row of that bottom set of 3, and it can't go in the middle column, so it must come here. The only number missing then is a 1. So the 1 in the top set of boxes can't be in the middle row or middle column, so it must come here, leaving us with only a 5. And that means the 5 has to be here. And we have a 2 and a 3 remaining there, which we can't really decide on yet. Then in the top set, we need 1, 2, 2, 3, and 7. Which we really can't quite decide on yet either. So let's try one of these ones in the middle. We need a 2 and a 9. The 9 has to go here. The 2 has to go here. We need a 1 and a 7, which means the 7 has to be here. We're missing a 2 and a 3, 2 and a 3, and in the bottom we're missing a 2 and a 3. And then we would go back and check to make sure all of that looks good, but we're going to assume that it is and hope that I didn't make a mistake and put any numbers that are duplicates anywhere. All right, so that is how you do Sudoku.